Wow.
You can hear us. If you can see us, that means it's another week of Our Opinion Podcast. I'm voice 1.
I'm voice 2.
I don't know what she's laughing at.
I was totally like, I wasn't here.
I know,
for
I've
like
been-
a whole minute.
Yeah, this apple juice guy kind of got me.
I really was not just here. Like, I know we just said we was about to roll. I just wasn't
I was
here
waiting
right
for the music, and people was like, "We on." I was like, "All right, improv." Hey, praise the Lord.
All right, we're here now.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Hey, we're back for another week. Listen, before we get into anything, right, I got something to say. First of all, shout out to our sponsors, I Believe. You know what I mean? Shout out to Arden Fresh Cleaning, all your essential cleaning needs. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook. Yeah, good apparel, good quality. And for all your cleaning services, man, your needs.
Yeah, what?
I'm doing the talking here.
God, that's
Damn
the
it.
problem.
So
We
listen,
need a voiceover.
I gotta say it right. I gotta get this off my chest. What's a gotta say it right? When something needs to be said, and I just gotta say it.
So
My chest.
you can just get it out. Maybe you lose.
Yeah,
a
I've been
little
working
more
out, nigga. I've been getting it in. I'm looking sexy.
weight. I didn't say all that.
So I gotta say it right.
Give a nigga rope. You want to be a cowboy?
Thugs, rappers, street niggas, whatever you want to deem yourself, you have to know when to throw up your gang sign in what picture. Got a couple ideas. It's not a good time to throw up your set. You and your mama on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, no.
Not a good time, fam.
Unless you and your mama throwing it up
Yeah.
together.
Unless, yeah.
With the
Unless you down.
kids on Easter. Sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? On your way to the courthouse.
Probably not.
Fam. You want to sit this one out. On the block with the fellas, perfect time, my nigga. Doing nothing on a Wednesday. Y'all ain't got no job. Into somebody's driveway with a car that ain't yours. That's the perfect time to gangbang,
You gotta
nigga.
throw in the car today.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the
It's
car.
always one.
Yeah, niggas always cars.
one.
I stunned my
This
little
nigga across the street
Niggas keep
just
it
so
running.
happened to park on this side of the street.
Yeah.
All y'all niggas
And you up
just
there doing
crowding
a quick
around his
second,
car.
30-second video before you come outside the house. That's the perfect time to throw up your at the hospital with your dying grandmother. Yeah.
Hey, grandma was about that life.
You up there talking about something. No, fam.
He said,
No,
represent.
nigga, no.
Grandma
Going to
was about
visit her
that
at the
life.
nursing home.
Yeah, no, it's not the good time, man. Stop that, bro. Stop that. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Now we can jump into the show. So, last week, man. Also, it's your first time wearing the suit. Yeah, probably not time to throw up a gang sign, nigga. Take this picture, make your mama proud.
They
know
gonna
what
have
I'm
to use it for
Because
your
the suit ain't
obituary.
even tailored. All right, I'm moving on.
Make sure I don't like when niggas sag in the suit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come
How
on,
is that
bro.
like? Got
So
on dress
how?
pants with jogging
sagging.
pants underneath, and then
So, off the hip,
No.
I got a new guy to say it now.
Not
Here it
jogging
is.
pants.
After 25, but really after 30, some nice slacks, a button up with a ugly tie, and some Kohans. It's not that's not formal, nigga. Get you a suit, pull your pants up. We don't care about your Gucci belt. Because believe it or not, Marshall sell those same Gucci belts. So relax. It's okay. It's okay.
Why you hating on they Marshalls?
I think
Marshall's my favorite store. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
you should stop gang banging when you get gray hair. Your first gray hair come in. You can't gang. You
After
can't,
25, I think you shouldn't
you
have
can't
braids
gangbang no more.
personally. You cut your hair, fam.
What's wrong with that?
Cut your hair, fam, or get
unless
dreads.
you got locks.
Yeah, you got dread. After you 25 and got braids, come on, man. It ain't that many women doing hair nowadays.
It is. I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody, all the women got boyfriends now. You know how niggas be. Oh, the niggas sit between your lap. Niggas is poo putts. Shout out to you light skinned niggas. It's summertime. Season is over with. Just figure I'd get that off my chest too.
You had a lot to get
emotional
off your
right
chest.
now.
Like you
Got
say,
You
yeah,
got
yeah.
hold it
a
in.
lot going on.
Say it's been 2 weeks since
Yeah,
our last.
yeah, I was gonna say, we
Yeah,
skipped
got a lot
a week.
going on. Got a lot going on.
We skipped a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ladies, be satisfied with Quickies. He gave you the best of him. Y'all got 2 kids. Y'all been married for 5 years. You know what the nigga can do. You gotta work. All right, welcome to the show.
I don't condone
Okay.
none of that.
I
I'm
may
done.
not be indulgent, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
condone that.
No, I don't.
This nigga.
Yeah.
To each his
You don't
own.
got
To
no
each
dog
his
in
own.
this fight.
Whatever.
I was about to
Whatever.
say, you should take
can
anything.
I'm not, especially if you think I'm gonna if I ain't been doing it, you think I'm gonna settle for a quickie?
You might have to get that first. You might have to get that
I
first
think
one
not.
out your
See,
system.
when you ain't had nothing in a while, whatever that nigga give you is his. That's the best.
No.
Like if he give
You
you,
might have
3
to
seconds,
cut it back open. Like, okay, there you go.
man,
It closed up.
you might,
like a womb.
You might gotta put a baby in there and pull it back out to get it like.
Yeah.
I'm just all
A
right.
baby.
I'm just put it in
Yeah, you know.
because the average head of a baby, it's like
First of all,
it equal
so
to
you
niggas.
just want me blown out in the beginning?
I don't know. That's not a good thing. Walls is definitely needed.
Hey, last week, man. Oh, we done. 'Cause we can do this shit all day.
Well, I got them all, okay?
Believe it or not, we got a serious
All
topic
walls
today.
are intact over here, okay?
No, drywall easy to blow through.
Yeah.
My God.
You need like Specco. You need like that good
Oh, people, that
back in the day
people.
stuff. You know what I mean? You need, it's like concrete.
Bro, I couldn't even
Like
say nothing
sheetrock.
back to you.
You need sheetrock.
All my kids came for drywall. I got drywall, man.
I am done.
This podcast is
That's why I
over.
don't have no kids.
That
That's
drywall
Podcast is
vagina.
over, okay?
why I don't
All y'all
have no.
girls out there with that drywall vagina, man. Step your game up.
Drill
You got, if
drill
you got
man.
kids,
Yeah,
that mean you
that's
had to draw walls.
Yeah, drywall easy to break.
Well, I don't
through.
got no kids, so.
Man, go home on your nearest drywall and just be like, you're like, God damn. All right,
Pay for that wall,
man. A couple weeks ago, man, we
Don't start.
we made a pitch. We wanted to talk to some survivors. We wanted somebody to come on and kind of just allow us to be nosy in their life, but be transparent to encourage someone. And we
You
found
wanna
just
put his
that.
foot out just so we could see his shoes.
What, my shoe?
No, my knee was. I had to stretch my knee out. I've
Like,
been
shoe
holding
cam,
it.
nigga. Wendy Williams do it. Shoe cam. Let me get a shoe cam.
Can we get a shoe?
Let me get a shoe cam. Hey, shoe cam, nigga. Shoe cam, nigga. Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
My shoes just burned as my outfit.
And we got just that, man. We got a young lady who actually is trusting total strangers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She has, I don't think you don't know any of us, do you?
No.
On the behalf of the word of someone else. So it's good to integrity is a good thing.
Yes,
Definitely, for sure.
absolutely.
Your reputation precedes you, and we appreciate you. Layla, what's the last name again?
No, it's not last name.
My middle name is Taranae.
Layla Tyranay. I want to get it right. I don't mind asking you.
It's on the screen.
Layla Tyranay. First of all, thank you.
He still couldn't have.
I did. I butchered it.
That's why I
did.
told her to begin. I said, keep it simple.
So it's Layla.
Layla.
He would have
You
butchered
did.
that.
You
Man,
said
her
it 3 times
I did.
actually,
Her
and
name
I
would've
should have
butchered
listened.
that.
Her name is her name. I still
Keep
want to
it.
get her. First of all, welcome to
Yes.
the show.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thanks
Welcome
for
to the
having
show.
me.
Thank you for agreeing to
Thank you.
come on.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely,
you,
for sure.
Thank you. We're gonna we're gonna get real serious, right? But prior to that, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us some good things. Tell us some upside
Who
things.
are
Who
you?
are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so I am a recording artist, and as of yesterday, my very first single just dropped and
Okay.
released.
Sweet.
Hey,
So
So
you're
the
watching
song
this,
is
that
called
means
"I'll Make It
Friday.
With You."
authentic hand clap for that.
Thank you. So
Congratulations.
thank you. But prior to that, I've been like a background singer for a lot of like prominent artists for over 15 years, and was also have been a praise and worship leader as well.
She knows,
I've
Lord.
been
Should have been a Honda.
I've been a pastor. I've been
Okay.
I work in the finance field for very big company, and also
Can I hold $20? That's the wrong finance field. You don't lend. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, keep going.
She
Sorry.
manages.
Yeah, I thought she leaned.
I'm an analyst.
Oh, okay.
So-
She gonna tell you your accreditation.
Tell you who I owe. You owe $9.
Well, I don't do that. I don't do that aspect of finances. So yeah.
So I can borrow the $20. All right, we'll talk after the show.
talk after the show.
after the
You
show.
owe 7 niggas $20.
I don't work in that aspect, but also I do have a women's organization called Ladies Lounge. I started that 4 years ago, and I kind of stopped it because life started lifing. But I recently just picked it back up. It was not trying to be deep, but it was just something that the Lord was just telling me, like, hey, you need to get back on this because it's needed. So Ladies Lounge with the women's organization, the focus of that is health, wellness, and faith. And we're centered on focusing on the total woman. And when I started it, the Lord was telling me that in order for us women to be able to carry out like the assignment that we're supposed to carry out, we have to be healthy in 5 areas. That's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially.
That's dope.
So you can't just be you can't excel in one area and leave the other areas hanging. Like
dope.
it has to come
Absolutely.
together. So
Okay, then.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
If I knew we were gonna talk about Jesus, I would have let up on the apple juice. I'm gonna set this right here.
Yeah.
You said
Lord-
no judgment zone. There's no judgment zone.
Lord is my shepherd.
He knows what I want.
You know what I want.
Miss Paul, yeah.
Lord, you know.
So before we I do want to dive into this, right? But before I talk about somebody else, I like to always talk about myself. So I'll be transparent, right? I tried what's the word to use?
I think you just said.
All right, cool. But I don't know what word to use. I've tried ending my life before, right? I tried jumping off a bridge before. I was on off 75 bridge over there on Warren and 32nd number streets.
Wow.
Just at a dark place. Also, it was a little bit of going too far and you got to live up to it. You said you're gonna climb the gate now, nigga. You said you was gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you committed.
Yeah, so now I got to commit to it. I'm a faithful nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got up there and realized I'm scared of heights. So what I want to do?
I don't know about
The
the
median-
faithful part, but
The median was too tall.
Yeah, it's
He said,
like any
this
other
is-
way to do
This
this.
is tough.
And then, believe it or not, true story, I swear to God, it was a homeless nigga that walked by me and was like, man, that shit ain't worth it, man.
well, at least you
That was an angel.
Yeah.
That was an angel that came and stopped you.
Yeah, it is. And long story short, I'm here.
Can't be that hard, kid.
I'm here. It didn't happen.
That's what's up, man.
Which brings us to our show, man. Suicide is a real thing.
It is.
Mental illness is a real thing.
Yeah.
Struggles, heartaches, headaches, it's a real thing. So we know that you're a survivor. We use the word survivor because you're still here. You attempted something, it failed, it didn't go through.
which means you had a greater purpose.
Personally, I know that it's because that's what God had a purpose for. But for the atheist, something greater it wasn't meant for her to
They
go.
don't need the universe.
The universe. It didn't line up with the universe.
Didn't want you to.
Side note, I want to introduce y'all to my plant. His name is Errol. This is Errol. When you water him, you got to say, and grow. All right.
What's the head?
And grow.
And grow.
Yeah, this is a Muli Caliente plant.
Yeah. Very muy caliente.
Yeah, this ain't for nobody that just stay in one lane. This is for people that like to venture
Why,
off in
in
different
between?
lanes. Yeah.
It's
You know.
straddle the fence.
Yeah, you know what I'm
But it's
saying?
in between
Some people go
y'all,
A,
so
B,
are
C.
y'all
Some people
sending a
go
message,
Z,
or-
W, X, Y,
They go all day
Well,
on.
it's for the
Q, W,
community.
T.
Are
Yeah,
y'all,
this that
are y'all
plant.
taking two for the
Guys,
team?
I
duly
think the
noted.
LG they need like a gang sound. Like, what would be the
Yeah.
LG gang sound
This.
like?
Right, like this. It'd be like this.
Maybe
You gotta turn it somewhere.
maybe all the pictures
No,
like
you gotta turn it somewhere. It's this.
it's like
It's this.
well, you rep that. I rep this click. It's two different clicks.
The hood ones.
Boy, I'll shoot you. Boy, I'll pop you, boy. Boy, I'll bust a
Oh
cap.
my God.
And then it's the ones that ain't gonna.
They don't rep
Hey,
them.
what?
Boy, stop. You ain't do
They
nothing.
don't rep them thetas.
about
They
that
rep
life.
them
They
zetas.
Satas. You gotta say Satas.
Oh God.
Miss Layla, you
Oh, man.
tried to end your life. Walk me through that. What was for me? The starting point was just feeling like, you know what, man. However I feel, nobody gonna ever understand me. So I guess I'll get more representation at my funeral. I'll get more love when niggas come visit me at my funeral, and niggas just come see me, and then all the love that I wanted. That's literally how I thought. I was just watching and be like, damn, they did love me. What was the why for you?
The why for
I mean, you know, I want
wanting to commit suicide.
Yeah, I want to end my life.
Well, I was going through a very bad divorce, and being a pastor and just going through it publicly like that, and we had a really large following. We had a online ministry, and we had like over 70,000 followers, and then our physical church, we had about 300 members. So going through a divorce
All right, so money. Can I just have that 20? I don't need to borrow it.
Going through a divorce in that position, it was very humiliating and embarrassing, and it was my second marriage. Now, mind you, at that time, I wasn't 30 yet. So here I am in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh.
Still young.
Like, second failed marriage, and I'm not even 30 yet.
So you got married twice before you were 30.
Yes.
Wow.
So when did you get married first?
I was 18.
Oh, I was gonna say 13, but 18 sounds real good.
Wow.
First of all,
I was doing the
13,
math.
somebody would have been in jail.
I was doing the math. I think I was like, maybe the nigga was 15. It was like, I really love her. I don't know. Like, you know.
Well, so
How long did your first marriage last?
that was about almost 7 years.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So from that union, I had my beautiful daughter or whatever. So that divorce from that first marriage blindsided me.
You use your
So
fingers?
I didn't want.
He had to.
I didn't
He
know.
was just trying to do the math, and it said he like.
I want an
wait,
accurate number, nigga. You said
7
30, I wanna be
years.
wrong.
I'm gonna make it make sense. I'm gonna make it
Alright,
make sense.
I got
So
you.
I got married at 18. That lasted for about 6.5, almost 7 years.
Okay.
That divorce didn't end on my account. That ended on his account.
Okay.
Okay. He wanted to leave.
He wanted to leave. I wanted to work it out. We were pastors.
Okay.
And then because I didn't take the time that I needed to heal from
You a
that,
hood
because I was
nigga.
blindsided.
You need a hood, nigga. You can stop finding
Girl
No,
got
I
a-
tried.
girl got a
Listen,
type.
I tried. Pause.
got a type.
Pause. Let's interject
hood
before I finish that. I tried dating a hood nigga. No, it ain't for
He
me.
said it ain't.
They aren't respectful. Well, the one that I encountered,
Were they from the west side?
I don't know what side, but it's not
You
my
gotta do
side.
the
west
It ain't my
side.
side. I mean, he didn't bring any flowers on the first date. He didn't pull out my chair. I said, "What is this?"
He
No,
wasn't a gentleman at all.
I didn't.
none at all.
We're
Well,
not.
I
I
got-
don't know how I relate to you.
I was
You
about
were
to say,
12.
yeah,
so
okay.
I met him from
I digress.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So anyway, so back to that. So because I didn't take the time to heal, I was very vulnerable. So my second husband came in at a very vulnerable time,
Okay.
and he was going through a divorce as well. So it's a thing that I call that people tend to do that they don't recognize that they're doing, and that's trauma bonding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we
going
bonded
through it,
off
I'm
of trauma.
going through it,
Yeah. And we got married 6 months after I got divorced from my first marriage.
How long did
And
y'all date?
we didn't we
guess
Just
6
went
months.
straight to
we
it.
went straight through it.
Just about
Like
6 months.
as we were going through, it was like literally 6 months.
I'm saying they
we
could
got
have
married.
started dating before her
No, that's
actual.
That's
you
a real
know.
thing. I get it though. Nigga buy Starbucks and that's it.
Yeah. So but we tried to make it work. We tried to make it work. It started off good.
Starbucks
Sorry,
right there on the
my
table. First they talk about
bad.
your kids, now your favorite drinks.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no
Caramel
smoke.
macchiato me. Okay.
Upside down though. You ever tried it upside down? Pause.
I have.
Upside down.
I have. Yeah.
He
It's-
used to work
Because
there,
the
that's
Bible
why
say, say what that nigga say, William say? That William say, the Bible say, who first is going to be last? I'm going to be last first.
totally took it out of context.
Yeah.
But so anyway, fast forwarding. So the second marriage lasted for 3 years.
Okay.
And everything happened so quick, and that should have been an indicator that like, okay, this ain't finna work out, because you know just how fast everything was moving. But anyway, back to your question. We gained this notoriety and everything, and so dealing with what I was dealing with him, it brought me to a dark space. Like before we even got to the divorce, how can I word this? Being in a situation where like you know the person's taking advantage of you and your heart, like they know like you're gonna stay no matter what, so they
Right,
do
so
whatever they want.
because they know you're not gonna leave. Or he
Yeah.
thought she wasn't gonna leave.
Yeah, so it became that. And then it got to a point where it was literally a matter of life or death for me. And I'm sure we're going to get into that later. But not just being a suicide survivor, but even a domestic abuse
I was just
survivor.
about to ask, like,
Oh wow.
Yeah, it got to that point, and when my daughter saw my face black, it was like, okay, at that point, I got to go. Like,
Gotcha.
right.
so when I left, it was a lot of gaslighting. It was even like you know, women like trying to come after me, like as if I did something wrong. It's like, hold up, no,
Like what?
this nigga,
Like I can't even see out my eye. Like what do you mean?
So it was just a lot of stuff, and so that brought me to a dark place. And I'm like, you know what, like. I've literally spent my life like trying to live by the book. Like I did everything right. I got married. I was a virgin. I did everything right. Like what am I doing wrong? And I felt like I'm doing all these good things. I'm praying for people. I'm praying for people that I know is sleeping with my husband. Like, you know,
girl,
it's like prophesying to people, praying for them.
Baby.
No, like for real. I'm praying for these individuals that I know want my husband, or they're in the DMs, like, and they're coming to the church being bold. Okay. You know, and so I'm like, Lord, why am I doing this? Like, what is my purpose?
Peaches, hold your mute.
Right.
Hold your mute.
For real.
Brandon had her hand and proposed again. He said, will you marry me again?
Start hold over the knee.
Let me get this reassurance again.
Like, don't worry, baby. We all good. We all good over here.
But so just going through so much, and then also dealing with the fact again, like this is my second time around, and it failed again. And yes, it's not on my account, but still. And I just literally felt like I had no purpose. I had no voice. And I just felt like I had shut down. And I did take a moment to think about, like, okay, my daughter, because, you know, people, they say, like, how can you be selfish to think about, and it's like, first of all, like, I'm trying to decide if I want to live or not, let alone think about other people in this moment.
In that moment, it's like nobody else mattered.
Because I literally felt myself mentally going crazy. Like, I had attempted to commit suicide 3 times. And the first time was, and this kind of like going off on what you said, how you were like, when you got up to like how many feet? Shit. Yeah, because you realized how high it was. So I kind of had a similar situation with my first attempt. So I started like trying to slip my wrist, and I'm like, hold on, it's too painful. I don't want to.
Like, I don't want to go this way.
I want it to be painless if I'm gonna do it.
If I'm right.
I tried to commit suicide and damn near kill myself. I ain't doing this shit no more. Take my ass to work and take a nap.
So that was my first attempt. My second attempt was I was on the interstate. I was heading down 94, and like when they say voice, like when you hear voices, they are real. You know, in my religion, we call them, you know, demons. You know, those demonic voices, and literally they were like speaking loud in my ear, saying like, you know, you can just go ahead, drive off into the median. Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to care, this, that, and the other. And every time I tried to accelerate my vehicle, it was as if God brought a vehicle in front of me to prevent me from going faster to drive it to the median. So that was my second attempt. My third attempt, the house that we had in Ohio, we owned guns. And so I found a gun there, and I sat on the edge of my bed, and it was fully loaded, and I literally sat there. I was like, all right, here it goes. And I literally pulled the trigger, and like nothing came out. Like fully loaded, no bullet came out or anything. So from there, that was when I got on my knees, and I just cried out to God. I was like, okay, Lord, obviously I'm here for a purpose, because I literally tried to kill myself 3 times, and you did not allow
it every time.
Exactly.
Let me stop here real quick, right? First of all, thank you again.
Yeah.
For your transparency.
A couple disclaimers, because I just know how ignorant people are, right? We're doing a lot of joking, a lot of laughing. Suicide and the attempt or the desire to do that isn't comical.
Not at all.
At all.
This side of grace, surviving it, is something to laugh and rejoice about. So we're making jokes, we're being playful, because we look back on it and it's like dating somebody. See if I can make a real minute example and be like, I dated that person? And it's like, I attempted to do that. So I think it's very, we're not taking it serious. Serious. Shit. God damn. Yeah. That's whooping my ass.
Struggle a little bit there.
You the guest here. Let me do it.
Fit right on
You said
in.
be myself, right? Pause. What's the rules here? Let me know what I
We don't
gotta
have no rules.
Secondly, man, I was gonna ask that though. You kind of drove me into everything though. For me, and I like to be transparent to have dialogue, right? For me, religion didn't play a factor because, look, in layman terms and less all of that, killing yourself or committing suicide isn't the most honorable and favorable thing. It's frowned upon in a sense. It's like, nigga, you trying to get into heaven, you done killed yourself. So for me, I didn't care about that. To me, I was what I thought was in love with someone, and I desired something and wanted something and wanted a little bit of attention. And then it just went too far. So did that ever play a factor? Like, man, you know what? God ain't gonna be pleased with this. Or was it just like I think suicide is selfish. It's meant to be that way. Nigga, I want to kill myself. I ain't thinking about nobody else.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking.
I'm working 4 hours. I'm trying to kill myself 2 hours before work. I'm not thinking about nobody.
Because in that moment, you also thinking like, ain't nobody thinking about me.
Right.
At
Ain't
all.
nobody else thinking about me. So why am I thinking about
once
other
I'm
people?
gone, their life's still gonna keep going. That's
Yeah.
like that's steps. But honestly, like going through that,
Last thing on your mind.
man.
You good? You in a good space?
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay. I'm
good.
gonna
I'm
make
good.
sure
Just like remembering that moment, like those supposedly final moments. I wasn't even thinking about like if God was gonna be pleased with it or not. Honestly, like I just knew that I was going through hell, and I wanted to get out
of it.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. But see, what I wanna know and what I want to talk about is, see, it sounds like you just kind of attempted those things. They didn't happen. You had to wake up the next day. I got locked up in a psych ward.
I actually almost around that same time, I literally had dialed the number to check myself into a mental institute because it was a lot going on. It was so much going on. I just literally felt myself going crazy. But literally as I was dialing the number, God spoke to me. He literally said, stop. And he just spoke to me and just said, I'm coming to renew you. I'm coming to restore you. I'm breaking the barriers in your life because I have so much more in store for you. Don't do this.
That's dope.
And from that moment on, that's when all these songs, these tunes, these melodies, these lyrics started coming to me, and I started writing, and that was the beginning of my journey as a solo artist. From there, and so I said this on a previous podcast before, how God used my gift to help bring me out of my suicide.
Sorry, go.
You know.
Sometimes I believe. Sometimes you got to be broken into your lowest moment to be like, all right, nigga, I put a gift in you, and I'm just using my terminology.
Yeah.
So relax.
But no,
Still
it's like,
follow
yeah, I
us,
put
like and
greater-
subscribe. Nigga, I broke you now, so you gonna use that gift for my purpose now, or
Right.
what you gonna do? You gonna come back to me, or what's up?
Yeah.
So, and for me, it was, I didn't get gifts out of it. I got an understanding of how important life is, how vital it is to be intentional.
But that's also
Watch
a
what
gift,
you
though.
say. Huh?
Yeah.
I said that's also a gift.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
A gift of living.
Okay.
A gift of life. Yeah.
So I got that out of it. Then I got the gift of life
You
of
got the
how.
podcast
Yep.
out of it.
I got how it's good to be intentional. How it's good to be mindful of what you say. What love looks like. What giving love. What receiving love looks like. The act of that. So, I always share that story. I don't mind sharing that story. It's one of the best times I had in my life. Shout out to 55 Connor, Samaritan Center. That's why I was locked up there for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I was in prison. I was getting phone calls only at a certain time. My parents can only come see me. Now, you know
Commissary.
how good Ivory
Shaking
soap
niggas.
felt? Nigga, my dad was bringing me Ivory soap. I'm like, hell yeah. So like, it's just one of those things where you get to a point where you feel like nothing else matters. So what was yours? For me, I cried out for attention. I was calling people, texting people, trying to get, what was your support system like? I called that support system. That wasn't support. That was me like crying out and hoping somebody would be like, nigga, I'm finna come. What was that like for you? Was it that, or was it just like, I'm gonna do this in my room, nobody gotta know? Was people like, I've seen
As
people
far
go
as me
live.
making a decision to.
Because I've seen
commit
people go
suicide.
live trying to commit suicide, and they really just crying out for attention.
This is my thing. Anybody that says they're gonna commit suicide, they're gonna end up doing it.
Just do it.
Like if that's really what they're gonna do, and if they're doing all this extra stuff, they're not really gonna do it. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Very rare do you see people go live or try to get attention and they actually follow through with it.
Well,
They-
I'm a bullshitter. Suicider. I'm a bullshitter. I don't take me.
so, for me, I
I'm
didn't.
a pussy. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right. No, like there was someone that was like that. This young lady that I was counseling when I was pastoring, she told me, she said, "I'm gonna kill myself." I said, "Okay, go right ahead." She said, "What?" I said, "You said that's what you want to do. Okay, go ahead and do it." Because if that's because why did you come to me?
She's a real good counselor, by the way. Those
Yeah,
aren't her,
No,
those aren't her antics all the time. She was just pulling her bluff.
because
Now-
listen. No, seriously, like I just knew like she.
I understand it. I do that in a comical way because people
Yeah.
are wicked. And people will see
True.
certain things and be like, I'm
Yeah.
covering you. You want to fight, nigga?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta
And then that's
But-
also people
know how
run
to
to.
fight?
Oh, that's why I don't.
Cool.
I had to black out on a couple people.
I'm sorry, I was just bigging this up, and I really don't fight. I never been. Praise the Lord.
What you about to say, sis?
Well, no, I was just saying I was sitting over here
You about to
because
cry, isn't it?
Oh, that's trained and sailed, my boy. Or not trained. That boat has sailed.
just this week, one of my little cousins actually, she attempted to take her life. So right now she's still in the hospital fighting, and she told her parents she was going to do it the night before. They tried to kind of intervene. The morning of, she actually had a witness there. Told them she was going to do it. They literally laughed in her face. And she did it. And if it wasn't for her neighbor below her being home, she started seizing because she was overdosing. And if she hadn't have heard her, she would have fully succeeded. But just the other day, she started communicating through movements. She's not actually physically aware, or I should say awake, but when her parents were talking to her, she started they were rubbing her legs, and they asked her if you can feel me, if you can hear me,
Respond.
move your legs. She will move. The nurse asked her if you're cold, move your hand. She shook her head no. So they're not aware, or they don't know yet if she's if her brain activity is full capacity just yet. But the extent of what she took and what was in her system was literally enough to rip her heart apart. Because it's so many different pills and drugs that she literally ingested. And it's just you never really know, and it's just that her uncle passed the same way years ago.
How old?
She's only in her 20s.
Yeah. And here's why I asked that, right? And I'm going to let you finish. Because I know that as adults, I'm getting old, nigga. I said adults. Nigga. As adults, we tend to always frown upon 12, 13-year-old. Oh, you ain't even seen life yet. You ain't even. If people 20s, we be like, oh, nigga, you still growing up. Whatever. If it's they deem it important enough to be a burden, it's troublesome to them. Be mindful. Be intentional.
Yeah.
Pay attention. If someone, regardless of the age, is saying it or showing you signs of it, man, talk to them, point them in the right direction. Just hear them out. Take time out your day because it's a real thing.
I was gonna say that too. I don't think you should shy away from not telling them, hey, it's not that important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at a certain age, at a certain time, when I was younger, I thought playing basketball and being with friends was the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
Until I got older, it was like, so yeah, like I do encourage you to say, hey, this, whatever that thing is, if it's a boy, if it's over a girl, whatever the case may be, because in your sense, you were doing this because of a breakup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So now, if it was that important, like now that's not even like.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
You know what I mean?
Now.
Like this is not even a thing. Like the last thing on my mind. Like I
will fight for my girlfriend now. I'll scrap. I'll beat your ass. But I ain't.
Yeah. Like don't get me wrong.
3 times. I fight 3 times.
I say this all the time. I will kill and lay down my life for my wife and my kids. It's that simple.
It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah. If you are in between, if it's between them and you,
it's gonna be you.
I hope you have life insurance. Yeah. It's just that serious.
Even if it's between you and me, nigga, I'll take me. I'm die for mine, nigga. Empty clip. He died with an empty clip, nigga.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what I mean? Like at that time, that was the most important thing to you. But now that you survived it, it's like now that you live past that moment,
I laugh about it.
Like you said, it's like I look back at it and say, "Are you serious? Like I really,
right? Like
I really was about to lose out on all this other stuff because of that."
It's interesting you say that, right? Because it drives me to my point and my next question, right? For me, transparency is important, people. I dare I not talk to somebody and can't relate to them and not be transparent, but then want to be nosy about their life. I just want to help sister friend at the church who like to know about everybody's lives, but don't want to tell nobody that she used to be a little. Yeah. Just wanted to say that. For me, it was first. It became I vowed to never commit suicide again or attempt it because I have kids, and I owe them being here. But then it switched. I vowed to never allow myself to get to that point. So, was there any? What was your I vow? Have you guys ever attempted?
I've never attempted.
Thought about it?
It's been a thought quite a few times.
I've thought about it.
Okay.
But I've never actually attempted.
Oh, pussies. Yeah. I'm teasing.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Trying to make light, man.
I saw the greater good. I saw the greater good before I reached that point.
Nigga, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Hey, that's how jail niggas be though. Nigga, you ain't never been. You was in hold. You never been in a penitentiary. Nigga, thank God.
Like I don't have to experience everything to know.
I had to fight for my booty.
Yeah. And again, I'm making light of everything, man, because I don't want to be succumbed by so much of those are dark moments, and life is good. It is. Yeah. We are firm believers of Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
But you also can laugh at it and you can talk about it because you lived through it.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not condoning
you're on
nobody
the other side of it.
Exactly. That is actually in that thing now.
Yeah.
To try and make light of it, because like we started off this conversation saying that suicide is a real thing.
Real thing, bro.
It is a serious thing. I don't share their testimony. I don't share what their life experiences. I haven't, thank God, I haven't experienced that. Prayerfully, I don't.
Still empathize.
I remember calling you, bro, and I said I don't want to do nothing to myself, but I hope something happened to me. I'm just in a dark spot. I was on the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
What I didn't tell you is that I was on the phone with you and I bullshit you not. There was a truck behind me that blew a tire. And all I heard was, and he was getting ready to crash into me. And it just stopped. Like, I don't know if you remember seeing that white big truck behind me on the side of the freeway. It was a white big truck, bro. He blew a tire. And he damn near ran into me while I was on the phone with you. Like, where your location now? I'm like, I'm here, whatever. My point of saying that is that, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because we feel like we can do it, I ain't the author of my life. Mm-hmm. I don't control my life. I didn't give birth to me. Yeah. I didn't write a vision to say his name shall be Brandon. God almighty. I didn't write a vision to say, thank you, Lord, to say his name shall be Brandon. He shall live this life. The will for his life shall be this. God did that. Who am I to be like, I want to end it on this day? It's already written.
Right. Yeah.
It's already done, man. So, and at that moment, I realized, like, nigga, you just going through your emotion. And I'm an emotional man. I'm more emotional than the average man. Don't take me for no fool. Don't let the glasses fool you.
We
I'm with all the smoke,
We've already
nigga.
had this.
I'm with all
We've
the
had
shit.
this discussion before.
I don't want no
Yeah.
smoke, nigga, but I'm with all the smoke. But I'm more emotional. I'm gonna get back to that question too, because it's all about you. But I don't control my life. So if you're in this state, if you've been in that state, you're not the author of your life. I've mentioned last episode, it's gonna hurt. I don't know how long it's gonna hurt. You're gonna think about it. It's gonna bother you. Shit gets better.
No, it definitely
do.
get better.
It gets better.
It does.
I can't tell you when it's gonna get better. I can't tell you. I will say surround yourself with people who three kind of people. People who want to hear you and just hear you, because venting is a real thing.
Yes.
People that want to encourage you. They say, "Okay, I heard you, nigga, but here's the better side of it." And a third person that wants to challenge you to do and give results. Okay, nigga, I heard you. I seen you.
That part.
What we doing to make it better now? Because
Right, how we moving forward?
it's the
in
ninth day,
positive.
my nigga,
Yeah.
and
That part.
we gotta move on.
So that last one will be a H. Will be help, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that I was gonna say
Still
that.
want to know your I vowed to.
No, I'm definitely gonna go back to that. But I was gonna say you need people around you, especially with these situations and in life in general.
Period.
You know what I mean? We
Even
talked
if
about
you've never
having
gone that far, just
Yeah.
the right people around you.
we talked about having accountability partners, right?
Yeah.
And that's not only for a sinful desire,
Right.
Or I just want to work out, I want
a
to lose
spirit
weight,
of
and
nature.
stuff like
Good,
that.
man.
You know what I mean? But you have to have those people set in place
Right.
for situations like that, especially when you know you're dealing with some stuff.
Sometimes they'll be strangers or the people you least. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just to interject right here, because I know we got to go back to that vow question, but what you all are saying are so key. So, when I was going through my first divorce, I didn't really have that village that, you know, I had people that I could vent to, but they were allowing me to vent to them so that way they could know my business.
Yeah, I was about to say
They
just
didn't
to know
offer
the
solutions.
insides.
They didn't offer help. They were just like, "Oh my gosh,
Tell
how
me
could
this,
he
tell
do
me
that? How
this."
could he cheat on you? And he's so stupid." It's like, okay, yeah, and that's part of the reason to why I went into my second marriage, because that man made me feel like, you know, he gave me a solution, this and another. But the second time going through, the reason why I'm in a more whole place now from the second divorce than I was from the first divorce is because of my village. I had people that not only I could go to and they could pray for me and not share my business, but I also had people that had resources and connections. One of my mentors, she was like, "Hey, I have someone that you can go to. You don't have to pay her for anything. I gave her your name, this, that, and the other. And I went to her and her husband. Rest in peace to her husband. But they really helped me, and they helped me dive into what I had learned in regards to inner healing and deliverance. Because there are a lot of things, a lot of traumas that we go through, and it's deeply rooted.
Yep.
And when you don't tackle those things at the root, then you
triggers.
create
Triggers.
cycles.
They become
And
triggers.
and I didn't want to go through this dark space again. So it's definitely key of having that accountability and having people in your circle. Actually, my circle became a dot. Okay, like for real. Like I didn't have a circle; I had a dot.
And mine came from the least expected people.
Yes,
Like, nigga, are you?
yes. Like you want to help me,
And then the people.
and then it's the ones that was close to me. Like at the time, and I'm just like, y'all the ones
the first
stirring up
ones
the
to-
drama.
Yep.
like,
First ones to shun you. First ones.
I mean,
to eggs. You know,
and it
eggs.
really, I will say, like, coming on the other side, it really helped put things in perspective for me. Like, I'm over here overexerting myself for individuals who won't do the same for me.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I learned, like, coming on the other side, like, really only, well, I guess this goes into the vow thing.
Yeah.
So one of the vows I made was making sure that I reciprocate energy. Like, making sure that I give my love, my devotion, my loyalty, my faithfulness to people that I know and feel is giving that back to me. Yeah. Everybody else is not giving it to me. I'm not going to treat y'all wrong. I'm going to still be me. I'm going to be cordial and everything, but I know my limits. I know my boundaries because I'm the kind of person
to give it to and who.
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person I will give 1,000%. I will make sure I don't eat just to make sure you eat.
No, that B word is the most important word you said, though. A lot of people don't say it, and they don't have it. Boundaries.
Yes. Yeah.
The B word, you have to use the B word more often.
Yeah.
Now.
Right. So that was one of my vows. And I did think about like the vow that you said in regards to like staying here for your children, because I have a daughter. But more importantly, my main vow was self-love.
Yep.
I love myself too much to kill myself.
But how long did it take? I just got there. I don't even know how long ago the suicide, and I tried it before, but that was like the real extreme trial.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago that was, but I just got there to where it was like, nigga, you're the prize. I love me. I'd be damned if I let a person get. How long did that take?
So
you?
it was a journey for me, honestly, because it's a mental thing.
You got any tattoos?
I don't.
All right, so I want your first tattoo to be my matching tattoo with me. On my chest it say the journey is a reward.
I don't want a tattoo. I'm scared of needles.
Get a tattoo to say the journey is a reward.
The journey is a reward. I'll put it somewhere. I don't think I'm gonna get
tattooed. I'll quote you on it,
but I'm agreeing with you though.
You want your credit?
My body with it.
But no, it was actually a journey. It was actually a journey though, because like the more I got immersed in my purpose, the more I.
All right, go ahead, immerse.
I'm sorry.
Why she?
The more I got immersed in my purpose.
It's like when you go into the swimming pool and then you keep going further in until you like
you're like fully into it.
No, I didn't say you didn't have control.
Immerse means like you're fully into it. You're walking into it. Like you're like
being in control.
Right,
you're in.
I just want to keep up with your story. It's your story.
I just want
I just want to be here with you. Right now I'm here with you. I want to be here. Yeah, I want to,
But no, like the more I like kept walking out my purpose and like getting more in that thing, then my mentality started changing in regards to self-love, and then making sure that I had people around me that still encouraged that in me. Like I had my mentors and my siblings and my mom, like they were always encouraging me, telling me like, Layla, you're this, you're that. Like, you don't have to deal with this. You don't have to deal, like, you are a big deal. Because in my previous marriage, like, I didn't feel like I was much of anything.
And it's like, no matter how much someone else says it to you, if you don't feel it yourself, then it's falling on deaf ears.
Exactly.
What do you think is light skin by any chance?
No.
Let's look back.
No, he was your skin color.
West side?
Huh?
West side or east side?
South side. He from Arkansas.
Oh, that's why that nigga, he a poop. All right, cool.
But
we ain't taking the east side, ain't taking that rap all the way.
Not this.
But it took me.
He was on the west side.
I'm gonna say this. I never say that I have fully arrived somewhere. Because when you go through stuff like this and you go through trauma, it's a daily process because you have to daily make the choice to make your mind up like, okay, exactly. So when I officially arrived to the self-love was around the time of my live recording, and that was about 6 months in. But even since then, every day I have to make a choice to love myself, to not allow people to downplay me, to not allow anyone in my life that's not going to be for me or whatever. So yes, you get to that point, but it's your choice to stay in that place. You have to maintain it. You have to do the work. So
that's real.
Yeah.
It's literally a daily task.
Yeah.
What is dating like?
Dating.
And here's
why you completely shut off from it, or
I was completely shut off. I was completely shut off. I have been dating.
You give niggas a hard time, and I'm saying this.
I do.
a hard time because of
I do.
past experience. It looks like
I
that.
do.
Because it's like, no, I can't let myself be.
First of
that
all, like
vulnerable
I know what I
ever
bring to
again
the
in
table
life.
before dealing with all that stuff.
Because that baby said,
I bring
am
a lot
the
to the table.
honey.
Actually, I have my own table.
Okay.
So dating her.
So,
dating her-
multiple
So
tables.
fellas, dating her, it's gonna go just
That
like this.
part.
Let
You're
'em
gonna sit down.
know.
You're gonna be like, "What's your favorite color? Do you punch bitches?"
Well, no, I don't. I don't answer like that.
But do you have a
You mean
history?
dogs or you mean
But
women?
honestly, no. But let me tell you something. It's funny that you asked me that because of what I've been through, my level of discernment has skyrocketed. So I pay attention
Immediate
to
red
what
flag, be
people
like,
say, what they do, what their actions, their body language, all that stuff. You know, it speaks to me. And so when I notice certain things, I'm like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But
Like, yeah,
then,
no, you on
like, if
game.
a guy approaches me, whether it's in my DM or at a gas station or at a restaurant or whatever, and they're like, yeah, da da da, and I can already just feel and sense
Yeah.
like
Discernment
their
is a
energy is
real
like,
thing.
yeah, no, I'm not
It's
gonna waste my
off.
time with you.
Like,
You ain't.
you ain't
No.
even. Yeah, no.
Oh,
No.
I know you niggas that be on the front row of the pew thinking like, oh, discernment means she be in her word, nigga, that she know where. Yeah. You got to be in your
It's a
word to get a
spiritual
sense of.
connection
Yeah, it's a
to
connection, nigga.
understand.
It go
It's
here,
a God.
nigga.
It's a godly.
It ain't
It's
here,
a divine
nigga.
connection.
Yeah, so
Let's
stop-
for the people that's not really into that, it's a divine connection that you
So
have.
stop complimenting her split. That don't make sense, nigga. You're split in the right space. What?
And then but then also too, like, cause you were saying how people will ask, like, you know, what's your favorite color? First of all,
I'm retarded,
when
I
you
know.
go through what I've gone through, who cares about your favorite color at this
Okay.
point? Like, I need to know
Get right to the
What's
nitty
your
gritty.
okay? Your
And,
path,
I'm
like,
joking about it, but I know that
intellectually, mentally, are you stable?
those
Right.
things,
Okay.
when you go through certain things, those things matter because it's like I don't have time.
And then
Yeah.
I have
when
a
you over
daughter.
30, nigga, when you go over when you hit 30, then you don't got time.
30 and up, man.
I don't like being at the gas station too long.
Me either.
You know why I don't go
stop
in?
If it's a whole lot.
I use my chime
use
card
my
at the
card.
pump, nigga. I use it right there at the pump. I don't even got to go in no more. I was like, I see why white people do this. Thank you, white people.
Then
I
then
thought
you go
y'all
to the
was
pumps
bougie.
where you
You
just
pay more,
tap your
yeah,
card.
you
You don't have to
pay more,
insert
but-
it. You just tap it.
Oh,
The least
been a
least
Honda.
amount of interaction that I got to do.
Shoulda been a bottle of
Especially
lotion. I'm
when
shouting
it's
right
a
now.
whole lot of people at the gas
He
station.
said Benny. Not using Benny Hanna as a tongue. I'm not finna diss.
Listen,
Tongue is a
okay?
gift. I don't got that gift. I got a natural gift of tongue.
Too much of it.
He said Benny Hanna.
For
I'm
real.
sorry, y'all.
For
That
real.
really.
For real.
But no, that's
No,
really
it's
great.
it's important to have a support system. It's important to have
Yes.
a vow to. So if you're in that moment, or if you've thought about it, if you committed or you try to do it, it's important to have I vow to.
Yeah.
What's I
If
vow
you're
to?
still here,
yeah,
I mean, don't.
challenge yourself to give yourself a reason not to want to do it.
Yes.
It's extremely important, man, to have a I vow to, because it holds you accountable not to do it. Like I said, first it was my kids. Now it's just like, nigga, you don't gotta.
It's life.
I
Period.
ain't life be life, and now, black people, we can go to the casino and lose $100 million and just take a nap. White people kill themselves. So moral of the story is, if you're going through something, just take a nap. Sleep that shit off.
Don't take a permanent nap.
Yeah, because if you cut
Yeah.
yourself, we heal a nap. So if you want to
He
off
said when you
yourself,
used to fall
take a nap.
outside.
You can't feel nothing. We take a nap. And again, I'm joking, but
For me,
shit gets better, man. I
That's-
promise you, shit gets better, bro.
for me, this conversation, I feel like a fly on the wall in a sense, and I'm taking it in with the understanding of I may have to be that friend to talk somebody off this ledge.
Yeah.
And
Or-
D pulled up and hugged me, nigga. You ain't say
I've
nothing, bro.
been.
You just hugged me, nigga.
I wasn't even gonna.
I've
talk
literally.
about that.
I've been that
You just
friend.
hugged
But
me.
that
Why
is
you don't want to talk about
so-
you hugging me, or you want to talk about the incident?
No, the incident. I don't care.
But you know
because
what?
I did it out of
Pure love.
Out of
But-
pure love.
And I'm giving her credit to that, because you're talking about being that
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Because you never know when you have to. And this is my cousin. You all know
That friend that pays attention.
Absolutely.
Because that's and I'm sorry to interject, but because
fine.
that's the problem with
Yeah.
with what a lot of people that deal with
They want
suicide.
a
That's
problem solved.
right. Like there's people that's not paying attention.
Absolutely.
Like, and you paid attention to that, and you only showed up the best way how you could.
And I had a rough day, and when he pulled up, and I bring it up because it's important to me, it was intentional. I started talking. He just like, nigga, just hug me. Yeah. Shut up and just hug me on the side of 96
He had awareness.
Freeway, nigga. Like,
he was aware.
I don't care about none of that, nigga. Just hug me, bro.
And I know with me, I always go. Of course, you know what I mean. You go spiritual then natural, right? They have the story of Job, right? Job lost everything. He lost his family, everything. The Bible speaks about his friends coming. They don't talk. They don't say what they talked about. Just said they came, and we don't know what that
whatever
like.
that was.
You know what I mean? So I look at that type of stuff, and I'm like, if I can be that friend that I'm just nigga, I'm here, and if you got balls enough to do it in front of me, you know what I mean? Like you got some big balls.
Yeah, I was on the phone with someone when they did it.
He called me, and I didn't want to, but you brought it up, but.
And
I think this was like a holiday.
I only bring it up because I want to be transparent. I don't want to pry into your life and not give you a bit of my life.
I'm like, you know how you niggas record when they give homeless people? Yeah. I'm not that type of person.
I know that.
I'm going to do it, and I did it.
Never got to talk about it again.
You know what I mean? Like, you can go and tell the world, but you ain't going to.
Right. We need more people like that. Yeah. Like, people not doing it for clout or people not doing it with a hidden agenda or whatever. Like, we need more genuine people.
Absolutely. Because his situation was the very first I've ever encountered of someone close to me ever trying to take their life.
Oh, the bridge situation?
Then I was on the phone with someone who's like a little sister to me who also did the same thing while I was on the phone. So I had said, and it was like, at that time, you can't connect calls.
Yeah.
So it's like, I got to figure out a way to call her mother, who's in the same house with her, and let her know, like, what she's in the room doing.
Right.
So that, and thankfully, she's still here today.
Thank God.
I remember my little sister going through that, and I was like, there, nigga, like, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
The girl that put me and my wife together. Do you remember Dominique? Pyramid.
Well, I think about Black Dominique.
I don't know.
Buckman or something. Shout out if she said your name, but we don't. You ain't getting no money off of this.
Yeah,
we was
it's cool.
Name with a face with a name.
I don't think she watch. If she do
you follow us? If you don't, you ain't getting no money because I just want to let her know.
I don't know.
Right, we're not trying to.
But
ain't no clout here.
I used to date Dominique Pyramid. Okay. Right.
Happily married, 10 years.
Her name is Pyramid.
Oh,
her last name.
Okay, because I was like, wait, I know her. I used to go to school with her, but no, it's a different one.
But he happily married 10 years. That's one shout out.
Yeah.
I got your back, nigga. I got you,
right.
nigga. All right.
That's a milestone. That's a milestone. That's worth a clap.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
FYI, that's how you shut your husband and your wife up. You say, let me do the talking.
No, we ain't
gonna, and then you say nothing.
We ain't going to say that after I said that. You can't say that after I said that.
That's how you shut me up now. I'm like, all right.
No, but you can't say it. That's how you shut your husband and your wife up. After I just said.
Yeah, after y'all got Al in the middle of y'all.
Come on, man. You letting this flower get to you. Start here, man.
That's how it starts. Influence.
Yeah. But I'm on the phone.
You go from this to this.
Influence.
You there.
You arrived.
You arrived.
Hey, bring him back next week. Next week. And grow.
You better.
I am
so
done.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with her.
For me.
Right? Yeah.
I'm so done right now.
Serious face.
I'm on the phone with her.
Acting.
And she's saying,
tell your story.
Yeah. And them. I'm on the phone with her and she's saying like she's going to kill herself and all that. And like we're about to go to this is when churches used to do prayer night. Where you go to prayer night and you tarry for the Holy Ghost and all. They don't do stuff like that no more.
No, not at all.
We have afternoons on Saturday.
We got 4 praise and worship.
Early in the morning.
How many times we gonna praise and worship?
We got 1 hour power.
This is Wednesday night prayer and Rhema. Whatever Rhema means.
Whatever.
The niggas don't know what Rhema means.
Usher Raymond, nigga. You don't know
Yeah.
Raymond.
You remind me.
Raymond Noodles.
Not Raymond.
Raymond Noodles.
These ain't no.
Usher Raymond, nigga. Everybody know Usher Raymond.
I like chicken.
It's Raymond.
Superstar.
My bad.
RHEMA.
Your ass ain't coming back.
She done got you together the whole
Who
time.
invited her?
Talking about some ramen. What the Chinese going on? Oriental.
Who's the noodles?
Chicken
Some
or beef.
Asian cuisine.
Soy sauce.
Shrimp fried rice.
Four chopsticks. Four
Hey,
chopsticks.
duck sauce is like a Chinese
sin.
ranch.
It really is. It's so
It's
good
like
though.
a Chinese
It
ranch.
is.
And if
100%
you
fact.
know, ranch go on everything.
Everything. That duck sauce.
Just about.
I want duck sauce with cabbage,
Oop.
cereal. I want duck
Oh,
sauce.
you lost
It's
me on
like
there. I'm
a
sorry.
black ranch. It's like a Chinese ranch, nigga. It go on everything.
No, it
bro.
does.
Not
Yeah.
on
Finish
cereal.
your thought before we
Yes, but
So we're on our way to prayer, right? And I'm talking to her and I'm talking to my mama like, hey, like this girl. I'm
I
talking
need you to
this girl.
interview.
She is. She trying
We
to
need the
kill
prayer
herself.
warriors on this line
And
right
mind
now.
you, I'm in 8th grade doing this. You know what I mean? So it's like and it's funny. She dumped me because I was too nice.
Oh,
And then she
I've
set
done
me
that
up.
before.
She set me up with Kayla though. So thank you.
Oh,
for
look
that.
at
Good
that.
looking, sis.
it done worked it
Yeah.
out.
She
It worked out
knew
perfect.
you wasn't for her, but she knew who
Yeah.
was
She had
for
somebody
you.
Huh? Yeah, and she wanted me to
Oh,
like
God.
be
She wanted
you to
aggressive
be-
and stuff. I'm like, bro, you're a female. I'm not about to.
Choke you?
She gonna sue us. That's what I'm talking about.
What's up with the opposites attract? Kind of, anyway, we're not gonna
I
get
don't
into that.
know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't
Finish
know,
your
but-
story.
Crazy and settled as a track, huh?
No, I think the opposite is female, male.
Oh.
That's the
only opposite
Yeah, that's the only opposite. Yeah,
That we gonna stick with.
Anything else? No, it ain't. It's ungodly.
I need
I
another
need you to
plant.
stop rubbing on him.
There's no gender here. This is they,
Oh.
them, we, us, y'all. Collect.
Gender neutral.
You know what?
Gen-
this
gender
is
fluid.
collective. What's the gender? Collective.
Collective, whatever they feeling, whatever day.
Depending on who in the room.
Busher. Some
It
busher.
depends on who in the room.
Get-
Who I'm get hit on by.
Keep it moving.
Y'all still
All right.
We're
follow us?
not gonna get
Like
canceled.
and subscribe.
Word night,
Follow.
Wednesday night. She
Yeah, yeah,
dumped
yeah.
you. It ended up getting with your
Yeah,
wife
but
now.
She was I was on the phone with her talking to her. I let's literally talked her off this ledge of trying to kill herself. Like, you know what I mean? So it's crazy where I have these moments in my life where I've kind of, you know, I'm bragging or nothing like that, but I've been that person where I guess I don't want to say lucky enough or just
Be in the right place.
yeah, you know what I mean? Right place, wrong time, or right time.
No,
It could
right
be a burden.
time
It could
and
be-
right place
It could be a burden
because-
too, though.
Yeah,
It definitely
because
could be a burden.
for me, I always
But you can accept it.
I
That's a
can.
gift.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think my only thing is when it's those people that's dealing with stuff in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my only problem.
Like, speak on it, bro.
Because to me it's like I'm the type of person where, and you always say it, I'm always gonna try and pull the best out of you.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I call him the Dame Dad.
Yeah, I'm always trying like
dang
what
that.
what are you doing in life? What do you got going on where maybe you don't have this insight and I could give you this insight to make it better. Okay, have you tried to
help
do
you
this?
see
Have
it
you tried to do this? Have
in
you
a
looked at
different
this
light.
perspective? What could you do? How can I help you become a better you? More so cultivating, right? And I've had this conversation with a friend before, a close friend, whereas nigga, I'll be devastated
if you
Yeah.
if you did something
if
Yeah.
you succeeded.
Yeah.
and not told me. I could understand if you told me and I didn't take the proper steps.
But just
But
to up and do it.
You just do it. So if that's gonna help you not do it, then yeah, I'll shame you
Yeah.
into not commit
But
suicide.
shaming,
Why you
but,
take
but
that deep breath?
I will say this because I was one of those people that did not say anything to anybody because it's you're dealing with that shame, you're dealing with guilt, you're dealing with embarrassment.
And you
So,
don't
like-
want a nigga to stop you. Like, nigga, I want to do this, bro.
Well, not
But I
but not
also
but not
look
even
at
at
it-
that point though. It's just like, okay, I don't even know if I want to say anything to anybody because I don't even know if anyone would even help.
Care
So like,
enough to
so
even-
like, I get what you're saying. Like, as far as telling people, like, you know, open your mouth and say something. But there's a lot of people out here that don't feel comfortable to say anything. And because it's not a lot of people like you that avail themselves to people like us, you know, and let us know, like, hey, like, I'm here for you, and they provide a safe space. Now
Yeah,
now
that's
with
the-
my
that's
situation,
safe space is what.
right now with my situation, I've had people that would tell me, and this was part of the reason as to why I wanted to do it, because I had people that were in my corner that were telling me like, "Oh, I'm here for you, this and the other," and then the moment I needed them, they flipped. So when you have a lot of people in society that are like that, it's really hard to trust people.
So what do you mean by flipped?
Like
Because
they weren't there.
I hear that term. I hear that thing getting said a lot, right? Where it was like, when I needed you, you
weren't
wasn't
there.
there.
Yeah.
But my only pushback to that is, I have a life as much as you have a life.
Don't say
Right.
it though. Don't. I hold you accountable.
I know.
What you say when you say
If you
like
need me for anything,
I hold
No,
you
no, 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 no.
accountable.
or
However, I'm gonna be here, but you can't fault me for
The timing.
What if it was something? What if you called me when my son needed me?
I got you. I get
So you telling me I'm gonna pick you over my son?
that. I get that.
Bye, nigga.
I
Like,
get that. But like
there's
it's like
no disrespect,
No, I
but, and
get
I'm
that.
not saying that
yeah,
was
no,
your
no.
situation.
Yeah, no.
But
That's
I-
a
completely
real
different.
I
situation.
know
Yeah.
there's a lot. You know what I mean? I hear that a lot where people is like, well, I've been giving money out to people, and when I needed help, nigga, you called me on the first.
Yeah.
Nigga.
That's rent.
I don't
Yeah.
have it right
You know
now.
what I mean?
And
I don't
that-
have it.
and that
You call me on the
aspect is
15th.
different.
Hey, we might can do something.
And
Borrow
that
money
and
on
that
the
aspect
7th
is different though.
Do the 18th.
And that aspect is different, but like in my situation, it's in regards to like people who I confided in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I trusted them with information.
Nigga, you know what's
Or I
going
trusted
on.
exactly, and they flipped, and they ended up being on his side, and I'm not my side. So like, like stuff like that.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
because I'm a
understand
firm. I'm a firm believer in like what you were saying, because like there's been plenty of times, especially as a pastor, you got 300 members and you got all these followers, people asking you for money, people asking you to counsel them. It's like, okay, I can't
Right,
get
like
to
trying to
a whole
balance
bunch
all
of
of
people
that.
at the same time. Like, okay,
So it's safe to say you need somebody to pour into you while you do the pouring.
exactly,
Because how can you pour into someone if
That's how
you're
burnout
drained,
happens.
If you're drained.
That's how burnout
So
happens.
for the sake of the show, we got to move into a different direction and
Yeah.
time. But I want to again, we don't take for granted transparency.
Yeah.
Allowing
At
us
all.
to pry into your life, share your story. What's your message to the person that's going through it now? Did I butcher your message, nigga?
It's okay.
What's your message?
What you trying to say?
What would you like
Nah,
to
her.
tell?
What would you say to the
anyone
person
who's
that's
in it?
going through it, that's in it right now, that's been through it, that's considering it, has considered it? What's your message? What's your
Right, you look directly into the camera and like,
yeah, talk to the
So I will start off by saying there is hope. You're looking at a person that felt like there was no hope. You're looking at a person who lost faith in God. You're looking at a person who just lost faith in everything, in life and everything. But there is hope. If you don't have anyone in your corner right now that you can speak to, that can help you, my prayer is that God sends someone in your life to be that angel, to be that soundboard, to be that person that you need. And if you just simply can't think of anyone, I pray that God sends an angel in your life, whether it's a stranger or a homeless person about to talk you off a bridge like it happened with my dear brother here. You know, I pray that God intervenes for you. For those of you that are currently in the thick of it, for those of you all that are contemplating it, it's not worth it.
Yep.
It's not worth it. You have a purpose. You have something on the inside of you that someone in this world needs. There are 8 billion people in this world, and we all have a circle. We all have a tribe that we are destined to reach out to. And so I'm just praying for you all. And, you know, I may not know you, but I love you. If no one told you,
that's the realest shit.
if no one has ever told you, I love you. And it's because of the love of Christ in me that I can love even complete strangers. And so you have someone praying for you. You have someone in your corner. Don't lose sight of the promise. Don't lose sight of the people that do love and care for you. And also weigh the pros and cons. Weigh the pros and cons. Like if you're contemplating suicide, like just see what's positive, what's negative. And also another thing that helped me, finding a healthy outlet. If you got to work out, do that. If you got to write poetry, if you got to write a song, if you got to read, whatever, if you got to walk by the water or something, have a healthy outlet to help you process, to help you, go through that phase. Because that was another thing that helped me as well. So I feel like I'm talking too much, but
it's
No,
your
that's
window.
dope.
It's your
but
window.
but
That was
yeah,
a question
man.
I was going to ask too. I know we want to close, but a lot of times we tell people of the valley, and then we just meant the next sentence is the mountain. It's like, hold on, like, what do you mean?
Like,
Like,
how did you get?
how
How did you get
what
through?
was that? What was that in between stage?
Therapy, God, and my healthy outlets. There was a point in time where I was working out twice a day. So anytime I felt that emotion rise up, like if I felt anxious, if I started to feel overwhelmed or depressed, because those were like the first signs to me that I was starting to head back down that way, then I immediately went to the gym. But even at the time when I didn't have a job, because when I left and moved back here, I didn't have a job because I had left my 6-figure job, for him and doing ministry. And so when I came back, yeah, I know, it's stupid, right?
No, I just
It was stupid
water
initially,
brings
but,
the
but then it,
Oh, you got money.
yeah. But with the following that we had, it made up for it. So, but anyway, moving back here, and I had no money, no
started
job.
over.
I started completely over. So at that time, instead of me going to the gym, I just will go running. I went down to the high school track. So working out, singing, like writing songs. And that was like my first time ever indulging in that, like tapping into my creative side. That was my first time ever actually doing that, which is crazy because I've been singing all my life, But yeah, those are the things that really helped me: God, therapy, and finding a healthy outlet.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
so I'm and it's
Because there's
crazy.
people that color as a healthy outlet.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
and I'm one of those niggas that's like, or one of them people rather. I'm one of those people that, and I'm not saying you're not, just to what you're saying though. I'm an in-between nigga. I don't care about the tunnel or how dark it is. I want to know how many batteries I need for the light.
How to get out.
I want to know when the light
Yeah.
gonna run out. I want to know if I'm gonna run into monsters, nigga. I'm one of them people. So I say to piggyback, it's gonna get rough. It's gonna get days where nobody answer the phone. Shout out to Reverend James Hayes. He used to always tell me, it's some days he ain't tell me like this. Some days, niggas, people ain't gonna answer the phone.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be available. They gonna legitly be busy.
Those
like,
are the
legit.
truest moments of testing.
Like they gonna be busy legit.
Yeah.
And
Gonna be,
they gonna
it's
call
just
you
you-
back after you already went through whatever you're going
and the
through.
Lord.
And you have to know how to talk to Jesus and have a relationship with Christ at that very moment. It's
Yeah.
gonna get ugly. And if you're not a believer, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get ugly. The people that you thought was cool with you, the people you was drinking with or rolling up with, they might not be intertwined like that. They may not be on that wave. They ain't never went through something. It
They
gets
can't handle that
better.
capacity
It
of you.
gets
does.
better. Strangers will come to your aid. Shout out to Keno. I always say he saved my life. Called me one day and was like, bro, you mind if I pick you up? I'm like, yeah, nigga, why? He's my Sunday school teacher. I'm like, yeah, pick me up. And he did it in a different way. He didn't pry and ask questions. He started telling me about his life. And then I started like, why this nigga talking to me?
Opening up.
I started trusting him and opening up. And then I started telling him about my life. And then he started challenging me. Well, why? Then he put me on a job, made some money together, introduced me to one of my favorite restaurants now, Bagger Days. You never been to Bagger Days? I'm a hamburger guy.
Yeah, I've been there.
I love Bagger Days.
I've been there one time.
So,
okay.
more where the story is though, man, Dave. If you're going through, if you've been through it, if you're there, it gets better.
It
I don't
gets
know
better.
how. I don't know when. I don't know who. It gets better. I think one of the things you said that was real profound. Find your reason, weigh the pros and the cons. damn, who gonna miss me? Who not gonna miss me? What am I gonna miss? And it might be something stupid, like it sounds silly. I'm gonna miss pizza. Cause when you going from this side of heaven, nigga, it's over. It is over. Shout out to one of my favorite movies, The Preacher's Wife. One of my favorite. Denzel came back, bro, and ate that. Y'all ever seen that?
Yes.
And he ate that pizza. He was like, nigga, in heaven. Like, that's one of his favorite things. Nigga, he might miss pizza. I love Domino's. I don't want to die yet, nigga.
On the other side,
I like Domino's.
it's crazy.
You say you eat that, you for
He
sure
messing,
going
nigga.
to
You-
the other
you
side.
hell down.
No,
It's
that was
crazy in that movie. We wanted Denzel to have sex with that one.
Yeah.
With that preacher's wife.
Ain't that crazy,
That
though?
is, that is horrible. This
Whitney-
preacher
Whitney,
man was
like-
doing anything he could.
Whitney was fine.
rooting.
Whitney was.
We
she-
was rooting for him.
That's
to-
before crack Whitney. She
Yeah.
was fine. Crack kill. Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. Ain't that what she said? Crack.
Nah,
I
it's-
don't do
it's crazy.
No,
crack.
I definitely
He was really like, he need to hit.
That's one of my favorite movies, bro.
Okay.
Listen.
My nigga was
Yeah.
in heaven.
Like, this is a
Get that
perfect
nigga
moment.
some. Get that nigga
Get you some
man.
mushu,
Get
my
that nigga some,
nigga.
man.
You hungry?
Mushu.
No, some mushu.
Pastor, he dealing with all the church folk. He ignoring his wife. Man, get that man some.
I ain't gonna
That's
lie.
horrible.
What's her name? Coretta Levine? That's her Divine?
Ooh.
No.
Coretta Levine.
Jennifer Lewis.
No.
You talking about the mom?
No, the counselor. The aide.
Oh, yeah, Loretta Devine.
Loretta.
Yeah.
He called her Coretta.
What I call Loretta?
It's
You
Loretta.
said you called her Coretta Scott.
She was in, I don't know what I
This nigga think about
Somebody saw Coretta Scott.
You said Coretta. You said Coretta.
about
too. I'm like,
a
what's
think
up?
about
She had
Dalmatians.
to be
No,
her
no, right. Corella DeVille.
early 40s, nigga. She was kind of fine. I was like, that's before Waiting to Exhale. I was like,
Not just
okay.
say her early 40s.
Yeah, okay.
No, that
I
was,
like,
that was, no, wait till that was
Same.
before Preacher's Wife.
Either way it
Waiting
go,
to Exhale was
if I would settle for her if I couldn't get Whitney. If I was Denzel, I'd have been like, what you need help with, ma'am?
Give me, he said, give me the
You
counselor.
got a
Yeah,
big,
give
you
me
got
the
a big
couch.
back.
Yeah. No, but
woman.
I don't know what y'all got going, but if y'all
No,
going
we
somewhere,
can.
are we?
No, I don't even want
We
to.
can.
Yeah, I don't even want to.
We'll save.
Yeah.
Again, thank
We'll
you,
save it
thank
for
you for
another day.
trusting us with your life.
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
Yeah, for
I
real.
don't, we don't take that for granted. That's
Thank
like,
you for putting us beyond your living room.
yeah, for real.
Right.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Again, we definitely want to close off with this. Suicide is real. Mental illness is real. Divorce, humiliation, exploitation, bullying, and being a kid. Whatever, man. All that stuff is real. If whatever you think is like, hey, fuck it, I just want to kill myself. Talk to somebody.
Please
Seek
reach
help.
out to somebody.
Talk to people. Because some people may blow it off. Some
Even
people
if
might
you
take
can't
serious.
find a professional to talk to,
Talk to
talk
somebody.
to somebody
And
that
keep talking to people.
you can trust.
Yep.
Talk to someone you can trust.
Keep talking to people.
I would even go as far as saying, don't worry about somebody telling your business.
Yep. Because it's going to get out there. It might get out there.
It might.
It
but
might.
If you are going for the sole reason of, hey, I'm coming to you
I
for
need
help. And I'm not saying ignore it or not come back to it. But I think a lot of times we get so hung up on,
What's going to reach?
yeah, like they
Stop
gonna tell, where it's like this person may tell somebody that actually can help you.
It's going to fall on the right ears eventually. I know that
You know what I
sound
mean?
weird,
So-
but that's
No, like for
Right, it's
real.
Like
That's
you reaching
right
out
on
to
the
somebody,
money,
then
bro.
be upset.
So the
like,
same
they might
way-
tell my parent. Like,
The same way how you said, hey, you told somebody and they was like, oh no, I got somebody for that.
yeah.
Right? A lot of times we get,
It's a
again, it's suicide is a very selfish thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very selfish thing where you're putting all the attention on you, and rightfully so. It's your life, is what you're going through personally. However, take a step back. Take a step back. Let's reevaluate the situation. Let's look at the situation. Let's really, really keen in on, okay, like you said, who's going to miss me? If you got kids, who's going to watch my kids? Because I know for me, the thought came and then the thought instantly left. Because it's like, I have a big thing. I'm a stickler on another man taking care of my kids or handling my kids. I don't know the state my wife will be in after I commit suicide. So she may have missed some steps. The step of, this nigga like touching on boys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
might have been a step she missed.
Yeah, and
So
that's
now,
very
out of
vital.
That's
my
the man that's in.
out of my selfishness,
That
a
left
generational
y'all-
curse has started or continued.
Yeah.
Now this dude done touched on my son,
Traumas.
and then now it's like no.
All
So
because I decided
History
to.
repeats itself.
yeah, because I got laid off from a job.
And all
You
and
find a better one.
all mental health is controlling your thoughts, your emotions. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a fancy word. People
being in
think that
control.
we say mental health, we think like you sick.
You
You're not
schizo.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. It's just saying
Now that's a
controlling,
different type. You
That's
know,
mental
controlling
illness.
that's a
your-
different level of.
controlling your thoughts, your emotions. When you think those things, what do? Outlets at the time, I did 12 years of boxing. At the time, I was still boxing. So for me, boxing was like, that was easy money. You know what I'm saying? Now, like to this day, I go shadow box anywhere. Like I go cry, yell, scream, run. But it may be anything. It may be gaming. I'm 32 years old now. My girl made me mad. I just go play the game. All right, bitch, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Some
Go
people
out there.
draw, some people color.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
some people end up being singers. Somebody grow into their gift that they never took as a gift.
Professionals.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Songs.
Name of the song
Singles.
again.
I'll Make It With You.
I'll
It's
Make It
on
With
all digital outlets. Purchase and download. Quick
Under
plug.
what name can we put her stage
Layla
name?
Taranay.
She related to the
Absolutely.
Tahawas. To what is it? Her name Tahawas?
My last
Tahadas.
name is Rabani. I'm half Iranian, half African American, but
Rabani.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
For
welcome.
sure.
Glad
Definitely.
for-
Thank
I'm
you.
glad. No,
Make
really.
sure y'all go
Yeah. Did
get
you
download. purchase
download, purchase the
the
song,
single.
man.
She put her name up. Search this name on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And rock out.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
And-
can we get in touch? How can not we, but how can they, ladies, get in touch with the Ladies Lounge?
So we go live every Monday. We're on a break right now. But our Instagram name is @officially Ladies Lounge, and on Facebook, it's called The Official Ladies Lounge. And we just grew to over 1.2K members.
Dope.
And so we just finished our previous series called the Cycle series, and we dealt with unforgiveness and dealing with these at the root. And then we're starting back up our new series in about a week. So I'm excited. And then my personal social media on Instagram is @I am Layla Taranay. And then on Facebook is Layla Taranay. So
And we'll make sure we
just
include all of that
yeah,
in the description.
just follow me, follow our Ladies Lounge page, and yeah, DM, send a message, whatever. I'm here.
Hey, so we'll leave on this note, man. One, I know the word official can be steep. Just say, "Hey Siri, official," and then it'll type it in for you. If you're like me, spelling is real difficult.
Oh.
And
See,
talk.
I told you.
Siri be listening.
I told
Sometimes
you.
Siri be hard of listening though.
Yeah.
Invasion
really
of privacy.
Secondly, man, be encouraged. We love you.
Yes.
Smile. Link with the right people.
See?
It's still playing something. It's playing Best Sex Ever. Vito.
Wow,
Who is
that is
that?
a-
Oh wow! No, my boy is
you
into.
I grew up on Sex What You Was Like. I don't know what the best sex is. But
No, Vito made a sex song.
yeah,
Vito.
we love you.
Yeah, artist that's been.
Be encouraged.
Oh, okay.
Vito?
It's
I don't.
Vito, baby. That's how he say it.
Surround yourself with
Sound like a pervert.
the right
Oh,
people,
God.
the right
Did you
personnel.
say you sound like a pervert?
How you just say this Vito,
That's
baby?
me.
And at the end of it all, after you go to, I think there's a part of life where you go through a spell of crying, depression, mourning, whatever it may be. Then there's a part where it's like, okay, nigga, what are we doing to bounce back?
Get up.
Yeah.
So after
Right.
after you're in that hole and you get there, what you gonna
I'm
do?
so glad you said that.
What you gonna do?
said that.
Now I'm challenging you. What you gonna do? Because when I was in that psych ward, it was like, all right, nigga, ain't nobody.
On the back end.
What you gonna do?
I'm so glad you said that because, and I'm just gonna say this real quick because I know we got to end, but that was one thing that helped me overcome. Like as I was going through my therapy and doing my healthy outlets, I literally gave myself a certain amount of time to
I was gonna say
embrace that particular emotion. And then I would
like, I'm
use
here.
my stopwatch. And once the clock ran out, I'm like, okay, Layla, make up in your mind.
Okay.
You're not gonna feel that anymore. Let's move on.
It's like, sis, you got 10 minutes to cry.
Scream in the
After that 10
pillow,
minutes, you better wipe
express
your
your
tears and keep
anger.
it moving.
Yeah.
And I gave myself 5 minutes. And you know, if I felt myself going beyond that, then I really had to like train myself mentally to, you know.
You gotta.
But
Take
that
your
goes
time.
that
You gotta
goes
dig
back
deep.
to what you said before, right? That bad word, right? That boundaries. You know what I mean? Where we don't like to set boundaries or budget.
Yep.
Right? So
Especially African.
yeah. That was
That's
what we
real.
were talking about, right? So I think it worked for her because she half black.
The other side. The other side.
the other
of the
side.
shot.
Thinking about boundaries.
Fired, okay.
The black side wasn't thinking about boundaries.
Yeah,
The black
yeah.
side was thinking about
Shots fired.
Yeah. The black side probably came late to the 5 minutes she gave herself. You said 5 minutes.
No, it came early. That's why it took me so long to overcome that thing. Like we gonna
stuck in
procrastinate
it.
a little bit.
Nah, but
CP time.
set. You
I don't know
have
if
to
that's
set
racist or
boundaries.
funny. I'm on the
No, it's
fence.
funny. It ain't racist.
I wanna
How is
finish.
it racist? I'm black too.
Which side is saying this?
Right,
Which
like,
side
which
is
side
the
is
black
saying?
side? No, but you have to give yourself boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries is
Please.
is a necessity. In every aspect
With
of your
friends
life.
and family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every aspect of your
And
life.
with yourself.
For real. No, for
Yes.
real.
And you don't have to fold for nobody. We
And
love you.
we got something special. We usually gonna end out on our theme song. We're gonna end out on her song.
Hey.
I love it.
Hey.
I love it.
Here we go. Hey. You came and made me new. Now I'm my best with you. You came and made me new. Yeah. Now I'm my best with you. Everybody say yeah. You came and made me new. You can.
Can you play it?